Hey, I've decided to start my James Joyce Finnegans Wake course right now. My name is Adam Savage, if you don't know who I am. I did a previous course on James Joyce's Ulysses. You can find it. I'll link to the playlist down below. But this course is totally different. Yeah, it can be seen as a sort of sequel to my Ulysses course, and I think the way that James Joyce wrote, it's good to see what he did before, because a lot of times he'll do things in a book or in his writing in which he'll kind of chip away at a new technique, and then in the next book he'll really just blossom that technique into much extreme forms. So you can see, Ulysses is expanding on things that he did in Dubliners and Portrait, and I think Finnegans Wake does the same, because there's parts in Ulysses, the Oxen of the Sun sequence section in particular has a lot of experimental parts that I think, at the most extreme moments, that's like the hints that we're getting of Finnegans Wake. So maybe start there, or maybe don't. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. I think either way, if you want to just go straight to Finnegans Wake, that's an option available to you, and I'm going to try and give you the help needed to do that. But the thing is about this course that's different is, with my Ulysses course, I had read Ulysses many times before starting that course. This time I've never read Finnegans Wake all the way through, front to back. And I've read sections, and I've read summaries of it and so on, and other things to help, but I do not have nearly anything like mastery of it. So this is going to be, for me as well as you, to kind of chip away at the book. I said in my Ulysses course that I wouldn't really start this course until about 2025. I guess I changed my mind because the book has been calling to me, and these early videos are going to be more about what I'm using to start reading Finnegans Wake, rather than the book itself, which I'll start maybe summarizing later on and look more in depth at that. So things, for instance, that I'm going to be doing in these first videos, I'm going to look at the Finnegans Wake movie. Did you know there was a Finnegans Wake movie? There is. I'm going to look at some of the like kind of guidebooks. There's one that Joseph Campbell co-authored. There's another one, I think his name's Tyndall. He wrote a book about James Joyce with a short section on Finnegans Wake, and then he wrote a longer book that's just on Finnegans Wake. There's a lot of material on YouTube I will talk about and link to. There's the song Finnegans Wake. What else is there? There's a book by Robert Anton Wilson called Coincidence that I think has a lot about Finnegans Wake. All these things I plan to look at before I actually get to Finnegans Wake proper. I mean, I'm going to start looking at Finnegans Wake proper too right away. Oh, you know what? I was thinking too about, there was this, when I was in Dublin a few years ago, I was staying coincidentally very close to where James Joyce lived growing up as a boy, and right near there's a library, and one day I just stumbled in there and looked and see what James Joyce books they had available, and to my surprise / delight, they had a book that I'd never heard of called The Aunt and the Gracehoper, which is an excerpt from Finnegans Wake, a very small section that is based on the Aesop's fable, The Ant and the Grasshopper, but it's illustrated, and I wish I could say, yeah, go read that book, because it was very easy to follow for the most part, and the pictures are helpful. I can't imagine what children who might be reading it as, is it functional as a children's book? I don't know, but whatever reason, they have illustrations, so I thought it was cool. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to locate and extremely high priced if you want to buy it online. Maybe go to that library in Dublin and you'll find it. I don't know, but the point is there are these tools out there to enter more easily into Finnegans Wake, and I hope that my videos here are going to be something like that as well. In the next video, what I think I'm going to do is check out the Finnegans Wake movie, which is on YouTube, and I'll put a link down below so you can watch it too, and we can discuss what we think of it as a movie, how it functions. Is it something even helpful for Finnegans Wake or what? I've never watched it all the way through, just parts. And be sure and let me know in the comments below if you have any wonderful Finnegans Wake resources, things that have been extremely helpful for you. I remembered I do have the annotations to Finnegans Wake. I don't have a copy of Finnegans Wake right now because the copy that I had before, it was falling apart and it actually split apart appropriate. But last time I moved, I decided just to scrap that copy and get a new one at some point in the future. So I'll do that probably by the next video. And the annotations, though, are kind of strange. We'll look at those at some point too, because they are very different from the Ulysses annotations, which I have, both of which are across the room, so I'm not going to get up and grab. But anyways, yeah, welcome to the course. And there may be, I should warn you though, that there may be months between each episode. I don't know how regularly I'll do these, because I really don't want to, I said before that part of the trouble of doing a series is you feel obligated to finish it, and I don't want to have that feeling right now. I just want to take it easy, and whenever I feel like doing these. So at some point they'll amass to a large amount of videos that may help you, but right now in these early stages that it's going to be a slow process, and there's going to be other videos I'm doing at the same time. So come along, get your copy of Finnegans Wake or whatever, and we'll start exploring it together. So that's all I have to say for now. See you in the next video. Go watch the Finnegans Wake movie. Bye.